I hear you. So who's Seth? He popped up, but I ain't able to figure out who you are yet. Only person I know named Seth was Voynich. And I'm hoping something else. Oh, a lot cooler in here. Indian. I don't know. I haven't consumed any dead animal yet today. I'm going after the Blackberry I found yesterday. Question everything. Whoop whoop. There's a Walmart cart. Yeah, right here. Found blackberries already ripe, but they're a month ahead. Yeah. That's weird. Something's been tearing them off. Looking for worms. Huh. Oh, wow. All the way down through here. Wasn't like that yesterday. I haven't seen any signs of people doing that yet. Oh, that's what I'm getting them for. I'm gonna go after I get through them and go get some. I think I'm just gonna get a pie crust. Usually make my own, but I'm gonna definitely make a blackberry pie. Cobbler, I haven't tried yet. After he posts that picture of that big giant snake or in this concrete, but I'm not going to be able to find it twice. Not concrete, rock. Thought it's closed. Low, low part that's been coming down to here. Still no mosquitoes. So by me, I don't have to spray that crap on. Should be a lot of blackberries ripe today. Should be. Definitely could be a armadillo. Dig up grubs. Native tool. That's me. Pretty cool, ain't it? Gotta be something special. Got too many. We're sweating. It's muggy as shit. Spiderweb yet. Say that we don't squirrel. Symmetry. There's another one like that. Could have went the simple way, but no problem. What's up, Nova guy? Good to see you, brother. Them big bees in here. Last year, 3 or 4 times they chased me clean out of this place. I'm serious, they stayed on me till I left. Went. Big tree went down. Yeah, boom. Oh, that could be mushrooms. I'm kind of been eating mushrooms for a while now. This is mainly just runoff. It's only got water in the rain. It's a low spot. It gathers everything around here when it comes down. There's a blue jay. Can't stand them birds. They eat cardinals, eggs, and break them, kill their nests. This is them. Okay. Go on. Find some weird stuff. Ended up about 10 mason jars yesterday. We're backfilling this whole valley. Next few years, all this will be 15 feet under the dirt. There we go. We made it to the Blackberry. Should be a lot more ripe today. These gooseberries, we had snow 420, and I think it killed most of them. I've only ate one blue one. Pack at them. Be a lot more black today. Ah, see, look at them. In one day, they're dying. See that? Look at them turn yellow. Crap. Ah, let me set you down for a minute. If we don't get rain, the blackberries. Hey, what's up, DeConey? Why no ranch? Who? See, I'm about ready just to get rid of all the wrenches. Bolt? Where's Bolt? Bolt gun? See? Ugh. Oh, no, I didn't do anything, some bitches. I need to look at my. I can't tell who has them or not on this damn app. When you're on a, let me look. I haven't looked at the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Rowan. I kind of wondered it. The videos I thought looked the same. Yeah, that's cool. Skywalker, Nova. Is there any blue wrenches at all? I don't understand that. Kurt and Flint. That's just this way. I got two of my homies in here. And more than that, I'm just saying. Two of the homies that be climbing up here all the time. Oh, come on. There we go. You guys can entertain while I'm picking. Only way I can yeah, what the? Hang on a second. I'm going to go out of here and turn on my hotspot. I got my other phone with me, and I can see you about the wrenches. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I'm back. Oh, you do? Okay. Let me set the phone down. If you guys want to come up here, you can. That way you can talk for a minute. Get on this other one and look at it. Yeah, backpack. Wet. I don't like carrying. But every time I don't, I find something I got to carry back, and it's easier to carry straight back on your back. I don't know if it's worth the heat though and the sweat. Depends on what I find, I guess. Yep, there we go. Look, it popped up. Then I turn on my phone. It is Brian DeCone Madison. Finally, for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2017 Philadelphia said. Yeah, that's funny. That's 418. That's why I already posted my 426 early. Okay, on here. Look. Oh, yeah. Who was he yanking? Yeah, there's Miss Gander. Blue. There you go, Stan. You all right? Well, again, I don't know who the fuck took your hit. It's pissing me off. These people doing this. That's unbelievable. There's haters. Um, Dad. I think everybody's screwed up. Who's B. Dazzler? Do we know you? Anybody know B. Dazzler? You gonna come up? Anybody? Then we can talk while I pick. I wonder if he even went down in there. Did the link go in there? Let's see. Yep, there it is. I'll do it again though. There it is. Boom. There it is. Park up. Man, I'm glad I came back because if we don't get any rain, there won't be any blackberries because these are early. Yeah, that was Shadow Man. They were like truth. I hate that word truth or even called reality. It ain't called truth. I'm sick of that. I don't like truth. I don't like conspiracy crap. And I'm still a Christian though. Everybody seems to think that Christian now is the wrong word, but I don't care what they say. It's from Christ. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call myself a Christian. I don't care. They can come shoot me literally. I don't give a shit. And first thing I got on today, I saw where Code 1111 posted a Tony's stream and said, "Thanks YouTube for letting me stay on." And I told him, I said, "Hey, don't lie." I said, "Apologize now because it's just getting started." Face this shit. There you go. I heard it. See, I like it now. They get there. Goink. What's up? What you doing, man?
Being lazy is too hot.
I grabbed the wrong bag. Look at the bag I got for blackberries. It's like, I could put a dead body in that some bitch.
Yeah, they've been messing with phones.
Like your audio's cutting out right now too. And that, usually I don't have. I've never until the last month. I never had any trouble with anything on here.
Yeah, they're doing something. I don't even care. I do know all I hear in the air is military. All I'm hearing in the air is military.
I noticed the wrenches the very first time somebody done that, and like I had 30 people blocked, and 15 of them I never even heard of. So how can you block somebody you don't even fucking know? I mean.
Yep, I actually just had that. I just had that with Messenger. They had a buddy of me blocked, and we were trying to get phone numbers to each other, and then they were. My buddy said some female was answering on my phone. I was like, "Get her name, and then let me know what the name is." And the minute I said that, they let him call through. So they're literally hijacking. Yeah, they're literally hijacking phone numbers.
Wow. I wouldn't doubt it. Shit's gonna. I don't know. Everybody says the same thing for years, but it sure seems like it's going to be bad, but who knows? It may not nothing happen. It could be just conspiracy of conspiracy of conspiracy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I know, but hey, my mom said, Hitler was killing Jews. And you don't think they didn't think he was the Antichrist? And he does. They did. I can hear
I just watched the thing on Hitler. Did you know a lot of the Nazis or the Germans didn't know they were killing all the Jews?
Well, if you study history, it's all a lie. Every bit of that's all bullshit because Hitler, after World War I, they put sanctions on Germany, and Russians, Americans, and Brits raped their daughters and mothers right in front of them. And the year before Hitler took over, 750,000 Germans killed themselves. And then first law he made was you go to jail for hurting an animal. You know what I mean? The winners of the war write to history. Germany wouldn't join the central bank, and they. I don't even want to talk about people get butthurt.
I just learned about all that studying on Gaddafi and what's Saddam.
Yeah, but a lot of the people, if they're not in the central bank, like Gaddafi, I think it was, everyone like got a year off when they were pregnant. He was spreading the money around. If you don't join the central bank, it don't matter how good you are, you're going to be bad in everybody's eyes because they're going to lie. The first thing they do when somebody tries to tell the truth is that has people watching them. They go in the back of their computer and put child pornography and shit on there, and no one can stand that shit. And they may have never even looked at it in their life, but they put it on their computer and they're guilty. You know what I mean? That's how they do that shit. You ever notice all the big people that get in trouble for telling? Always child pornography on their computer, and they didn't do it half the time. Somebody else did it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't trust anything on the mainstream. Nothing.
Yep, I quit even watching. I can't even listen to music anymore, hardly at all.
Well, I'm always able to discern music. I just like the groove of it. I don't really. I mean, it just depends on like that the first mumble rap, that new shit. I couldn't listen to. I hate that shit.
Oh my God, it's so dense. That stuff that scares me. How stupid it is.
Exactly. It's like, you know, it's easy to go back to the 80s and listen to ballads and shit because it never fucked me up then, so it shouldn't be able to do now. All I did was give me heartache.
It's funny. I couldn't stand that shit growing up. So I've grown up with like Slayer, Sepultura, and I was really heavy into the underground music scene. For some
Well, see,
reason,
I
it
was
just
into heavy
had me.
metal, but that shit you're talking about was demonic to me. All that, like, it just the way. I mean, that's the way I took it as. I never listened to any of that because I felt like
A,
it was that was demonic. You know what I mean, I did.
a lot of it actually wasn't until they got bought out. When Slayer started coming out with albums like God Hates Us All and all that shit, that's
Yeah,
when they got caught.
but I
Yeah,
listened
that's
to
when,
Oz my whole life. To Ozfest for like 10 years, but I never wanted to go out and pillage nothing. I never done drugs or listen to music. I wanted to go do anything bad. You know what I mean? That
I
shit don't
never.
like that. You know, some people it brings out the worst in them is it's already there though.
Yep, I was gonna say it's already there usually when it comes to
But,
that.
the
But
devil can't create; he can only mimic. You know what I mean?
I just always stood with Slayer because they had fought for our freedom of speech so much. I remember watching it as a kid. So
Yeah, but by then I was already, you know, kind of in the family mode, and I wasn't. That was a little bit past when I was listening to the heavy stuff. That stuff I didn't really get into.
yep, fucking Slayer. The old school stuff. A lot of the new stuff is just this trash.
I've never really even listened to him before. You know what I mean?
If you ever really got into them and listened to their first like 4 or 5 albums, it's
Yeah.
actually all it is history. All he's doing is screaming history of what they did murdering the Indians and what they did murdering Jews. It's
Yeah, you
fucking
know, but I
stupid.
used to listen to Guardian, Petra, and all that stuff, and people hated on me and give me dirty looks just the same, and they weren't even listening to the lyrics. That was religious bands, you know what I mean? Like Striper, they toured with Judas Priest, and it was called the Heaven and Hell Tour. I kind of, and U2 was a religious
I heard of
band.
that.
A lot of them start out and go in there good and get corrupted, you know what I mean? It's gonna die. All the rain we've had, and all these blackberries are already dying in like a couple of days because of the heat.
I'm noticing the trees are like spitting a black black sap, and it's coming down as little dots all over everything. And it sounds like rain 24/7. Here, I'll show you.
Really?
Yeah, here, look on
Wow.
top of this cooler. Look on top of this cooler. See all them black little dots?
Yeah.
It's like this. Yeah, it's like the sap is being pushed out of the trees, and it sounds like rain
It's kind of looks
24/7.
like because all the crap they spray in the air gets in the water in the ground too, and it ends up going in their roots and coming out. All the crap they're spraying. I mean, it's not good.
I don't know. I'm just watching, man. I don't know. I'm a stupid motherfucking hillbilly in the woods.
Well, I've been studying. Look at that. There's a tick on my arm. First one this year, right there. That sucks. And it's got a white dot on it. That's the kind that give you Lyme disease. That's the ones. I mean, not all of them, but the ones that got infected are usually the ones with the. Hell, yesterday I just sit here when I found these.
Dots mean?
No, the white dot on the tick. It's just a species of tick that carries that real bad. If it's got a white dot on its back. But believe it or not, my sister has Lyme's disease, and guess where she got it? She got it in my mom. She got it from my mom's in the womb, and my mom died. She had a lot of symptoms that we didn't, and now we kind of think that's probably what was part of wrong with Lyme's disease, and she never knew she had it. You know. I guess it makes you real tired and you hurt a lot and stuff. I know it. My sister, she has to take medicine and stuff for it. So my mom obviously got it after I was born.
Some dude dropped a little case in the road full of weed. So somebody dropped a case full of weed in the road. It was some pretty good weed.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey, well, I walk the interstate and all the roads and the ditches. I'm a ditch walker, and I find bowls with weed in them still in them when they threw them out because the cops probably were following them or something.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck up here.
Well, it's a little different times now. Hopefully, I know a lot of people They always say, weed will never be legal. You know, I told them. I said, yeah, you said there'd never be a black president too. Wanda Sykes, that black lesbian comedian, Wanda Sykes. I saw her once say, thanks a lot, Obama. You fucked it up so bad, there won't be another black president for 100 years.
That chick's kind of funny.
Well, you got to remember, though, he's only half black, so he he had some of our bad white traits rubbed off on him. Yeah, let's see, look. See how this is dying? Look, those aren't even going to, see how little they are, and they're turning black, and that's because the bush is dying. They're trying to, mature enough to, and all these, like weed and everything, it's all about regenerating. You know what I mean? It's all about producing. The THC is a sexual energy, of the plant.
See, mine are just popping. If I was to go out there now, mine are just now starting to bud up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But, here everything nature here is about a month and a half early. I've noticed it because like the turtles come out of the ground a month and a half early. I mean, the gooseberries are almost completely done. I mean, nature's off. You know what I mean? Because they mess with the weather so much. Yeah. Like all these birds start flying into the ground because, the shit that makes them know where to fly is fucking up, and they think they're going sideways and they're going straight down, kind of like an airplane in the fog. You don't know which way you're going. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm finding a whole bunch of these little birds. They're really small birds and they're black. I'm finding them dead all over. Yeah,
hey, I found bluebirds. The robins. When I was a kid, whenever you saw robins, you knew spring was on the way. Well, now the robins don't even leave because I don't think they know how to get where they used to go. So they're like, fuck it, I'll just stay here in the winter. And we had a real cold spell, and I found a bunch of them dead because they can't take the cold.
Check this out. Speaking of robins,
nest.
Can you see them?
You got babies?
Yeah. Can you see them or no?
No, but I know they're always like, I always used to go feed them worms and shit if I found them,
Oh, the mom was up there feeding them all day long.
Oh yeah.
I had to start clicking at her because she wouldn't come in to feed them. She'd just stay on the outer perimeter and fly around, mouths full of worms.
Oh, because you're afraid because you were in there?
Yeah, because I started going back to out air, because I live underneath this pavilion, man. I don't stay inside. What for?
Yeah, I just thought I'm only inside when I have to be. And I've been out a lot more because, last 2 years the spider webs were so bad that you got to carry a stick and just, you got to beat your path through that crap. But I haven't seen it yet this year.
Yep, they're coming out.
All the bugs are dying. There's no mosquitoes here, no flies, no ants hardly. And that's the first step in the food chain is the bugs. You know what I mean? They kill off the bugs. Everything else will die within, a couple years. Everything.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how it is. People always kill snakes. I've always been a snake person. I had an 8.5-foot red-tailed boa before, but I've always caught snakes. And I see people run over garter snakes with their mower and the king snakes, and they don't realize if it weren't for snakes, there'd be so many fucking varmints everywhere, mice and shit everywhere. Bugs. They kind of, nature works together.
I was just gonna say, it all makes a circle. You're supposed to work with it.
Yeah, I don't kill. I mean, I only for, if you have to, but I eat fish. I love it. I mean, there's Jay. I haven't seen Jay in a minute. Hey, Jay, how's it going, bro?
There he is.
I ain't seen you in a while, Jay, but guess what? I didn't think you were mad at me like everybody does. Are you mad at me? And I tell people, when I'm mad, you'll know it. You won't have to ask.
Oh, no.
Because I get stupid when I'm mad, so I don't get mad very often.
Oh, not at all. Just haven't been on much, really.
Yeah, I know. I figured, it's summertime. People in the winter, I could see them being on there more because there's nothing to do. And like I saw Maudib came back around. I hadn't seen him for a while either, but I figured he was okay because no news is good news in my book. I mean, if something's wrong, you'll usually hear about it.
Right. Oh, yeah, I've been out a lot, man. Enjoying the nice weather.
It's better to be get your connection in the woods instead of on your phone.
100%, man.
I've been going through a lot of crazy shit the last couple of weeks. It's insane.
Yeah, sometimes there's just so much drama on here, right?
Oh no, I mean, you know what? When you don't sleep, you don't lose sleep on nothing.
Right.
Ain't worried about it. My life went just fine before they came out with the internet and all that crap. I never had I can't remember the first one where it was. MySpace. I never had that shit. The only reason I got Facebook a long time ago was for my high school reunion thing. And now there's would have been my 40-year reunion. But some of these lower classes got together and they're gonna have one giant reunion for like 4 or 5 classes. But now COVID, they're not having it because of fucking stupid shit. But I probably wouldn't win anyway.
We're still talking about COVID scam.
Oh yeah, they're not having the high school reunion because of it.
I can't believe people ain't woke the fuck up and pissed as fuck about that shit. Oh
well,
my
when the
God.
flu disappeared, you know, and they couldn't see it when they said there was no more flu, they just changed the name of it, you dumbasses.
My mom and dad look at me like, what the fuck? I refuse to even put a mask on to have coffee
Hey,
with my mom.
I've had to twice, and one time was at the DA to get my license, and I didn't have an inspection. So when I went back this time, you didn't have to wear it. So I was glad because I walked.
When you
I ended up walking 9 miles that day in the heat, and because I didn't want to ride the bus. The bus, you have to wear a mask here still on the city bus.
When you hand the box to the people, when you hand the box of masks to people and show them where it says it doesn't work for the COVID fucking.
What do they say then?
For whatever the fuck.
You know, there's not enough blackberries to even make a pie. Got to eat them right now. I really think the deer got in here last night because there should have been enough by the ones that were almost ready yesterday.
Oh yeah, hungry, yeah.
I know where there's a lot more at, but it was at the end of my walk yesterday, and this is a few miles away. I don't really feel like walking that far to make a pie. Usually, well, I'll be going there in my truck because I can drive my truck right now, but I got a tire that goes down, and also I want to change my oil and flush out my radiator before I start driving it. Could have been sitting.
That's good.
But I'm only the third owner on it, and it was my nephew's in-laws had it, grandpa and grand and dad, and it's only got 120,000 on it. It's 97, and after it sit 2 winters, I went out there, started it up, and it didn't even make a noise after sitting that long. All through winter, it didn't tap or nothing. So, you know, usually they do when they sit that long. It's a 97 F-150. It's an F-150 Ford 3-door extended cab. Got that Triton V8 in it. It runs great. My daughter actually bought it for me because the old man that had it, the grandpa, he was hanging out with all these young drug addict chicks, and somebody stole the truck, and I had to put 2 rear axles, steering column because they busted column, let's see, a passenger side window, alternator, and then when I cleaned it out, there was a makeup case and a phone case in there, like back in the junk with the needles in it, and a spoon.
Oh wow.
The old man didn't even know that was in there because it was so trashed out, and he smoked cigarettes. It took me 30 minutes just to get the crap off the inside of the windshield from cigarette smoke. I mean,
you gotta watch the Sash. You gotta watch the spark plugs on the blocks and them fucking Tritons, man. They break off.
Oh, okay, but whenever when I first got it, he had remember the old trailers had those crank out windows. He had one of those.
Yeah.
Taped into the passenger side window, one of those trailer windows taped in the frame. And yeah. So check this out. I'm always nice I help a lot of homeless people. And one day there's been this black dude running around out there, and there's somebody else. He seemed pretty cool, you know what I mean? And there's the cone. Yeah, one day I saw him out there, and he said, "Do you have anything to eat?" And I said, "Yeah." I fixed him like a sandwich or something. He looked like a Marine. I mean, he was a big, muscular black dude. You know what I mean? And so he ate the sandwich, and then he said, "Can I use your bathroom?" I go, "Yeah." And check this out. He comes out of the bathroom dressed like a fucking woman.
No.
Oh.
No.
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 I go, "Hey, dude, guess what? You get back in that fucking bathroom and put your clothes on, and I'm taking you. I'll take you somewhere." But I said, "You're lucky my friends aren't here. They would have thrown you off the third floor balcony right here, right now. They would have tossed your ass right off." And
Believe it.
so I give him a ride to his daughter's house, and he goes to get my truck, and he goes, "Did this have a broken window on the passenger side?" I go, "Yeah." Well, when those guys stole the truck, they went to Walgreens, and this guy, I guess, homeless, he had a shopping cart with stuff in it he was selling, and somebody bought $20 thing off of him. He dropped it. Well, the people in that stole the truck picked up his $20 bill, and instead they didn't. So when they went inside Walgreens, he's the one that broke the window out of it. What's the odds of that? I ran into the guy that broke the window out of the truck while it was stolen.
That's awesome.
That's fucked up.
Wow.
What's awesome though is that motherfucker coming out dressed like a woman. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Buddy, that was a
I
weird.
said, first of all, buddy, I ain't no queer. Get your man's. You ain't coming out of here dressed like a woman.
Second of all, I don't like whisker burn on my shaft.
Hey, dude, I don't know what would have happened back in the day. You know what I mean? Because I about freaked the fuck out. Because he acted like, said, like I was gonna want to. You know what? I'm like, I was like, woo, it's scary.
Yeah, that's pretty foobar, man. Fuck.
It is. I don't play that shit. I mean, I'm a nice guy, but don't be fucking touching me if you're a guy, because I'll turn.
No homo.
No homo, buddy.
No.
They try to make that acceptable in society, and I've got hated
What's the
on for not
matter? You
accepting.
didn't like peaches?
Guess what? I'm never
You
going to
didn't
accept
you
it
didn't like
because
peaches?
God don't make mistakes, and there's no Ken dolls in life.
Nope. It's a silly rabbit. Dicks are for chicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now the LGBT thing is they put Q on the end of it for queer. That used to be a bad word. I guess I like the word queer now too.
It's derogatory or something.
It used to be. Now it's on their LGBTQ.
Oh,
And
nice.
QAnon is for queer.
That's right.
And you know what? I don't care what anybody does. Just don't tell me about it. I don't tell anybody about my sex life. I don't need to hear about theirs
Right.
either. It's an agenda they're trying to push on kids. What pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I live on Capitol Hill.
Personal
in
and private for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I had a
Just
lot
because
of
society has accepted shit, guess what? God hasn't changed the Bible. It's the same. It ain't gonna, people say, "Oh, man wrote it," and no, they were filled with the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm pretty touchy when it comes to religion. And I was kind of copacetic for a while, just not to rub the grain the wrong way. But that's like I used to play video games at holidays, and we'd play, and everybody let people cheat. Like, oh, that's close enough. And then when they won, they'd stick it in your face. And I'm like, I quit playing games because they cheated, then rubbed it in your face after they cheated. You know what I mean? Look at this, how symmetric this is. Look. Ooh.
That's no Waynos.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He said that. What he just said.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, you got good-looking kids there, Dick Owen, because your old lady friended me on Facebook, and then I saw your name with yours, and I saw your daughter and stuff.
Yeah, my daughters are beautiful, man.
Yeah, and you weren't too bad looking either when you were young. No homo.
I'm a fucking fat guy now.
No, but I seen you like two pictures. There's like 100 pounds difference in your weight, probably.
On those pictures, I was probably 200. I'm like 220 now.
Are you?
Yeah.
180 is the most I've ever weighed. And that's
Oh,
out
I
of boot
weighed
camp.
271 was the most I ever weighed.
Wow.
I got 29-inch waist though. I've never let my waist.
I had pants that had 29-inch bottoms on them.
I love it all.
As long as the waist and the length aren't the same, you're okay.
Yeah, square.
Hey,
My
last
waist
year,
and my Jimmy sizes did though.
Snap. Yeah, it is.
Nice, hey, no.
hey, last year I was out here, and I was right up here, and there was a cage. There was a metal cage up here with a baby possum in it. And I wasn't even looking at it. A couple minutes, and some guy and girl came and got it, and they were trying to catch a baby raccoon. But they said they took the possum. I'm like, you're going to regret that shit. Possums are nasty. They shit on everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
They growl and shit. Raccoons are mean as fuck, dude.
Yeah, they are. But if you get them when they're first born, like if you've got a pet raccoon and they have babies, if they see you from the minute they come out, they're really, they get used to you.
Oh yeah, look at Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Well, I used to raise and sell fish, And they tell you not to put it.
They give you rabies.
Just water in
Yeah.
the fridge.
I was
You know,
gonna say I waxed them. I've already waxed 3 of them the last 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's like
I'm trying to
angelfish.
kill
How
the
big
fish.
angelfish get in a fish tank, And people will say,
Yeah,
don't
but
put
I
neon
got-
tetras in there in with them. But if you raise them together
got-
when they're babies, they'll be fine.
Are you talking about beta fighting fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they race together, they're fine. It's when you introduce a new one.
I used to have like 50 of them in sifting glasses, for drinking mums and Kvassier and shit.
The most violent fish I ever owned was a fucking bass that I caught, and I put it in a
Hey.
fish tank.
Hey,
Like
me
this
too.
big. And you
Hey,
put
dude.
a goldfish in there, and it'd be like, bang, gone. Like
Hey,
that quick.
mine's name was BA Bass. And
Oh, really?
I had 2 of them, and one will eat the other one, no matter how big they are. And they'll
Yeah.
sit there just slowly. I had it so long ago. It's when they had metal fish tank lids, those metal frames, the chrome ones.
Yeah.
And I would lift it up, and I'd put night crawlers in there. He would jump clean out of the water, and get them out of my hand. So I'd tell people to come over. I'd put your finger above that before they could do anything. And somebody had hold the finger. They'd be like, ah!
Yeah. We had to pick Billy up off the floor a couple times because of that shit.
Oh, I had oysters too. I had a 150-gallon fish tank in the pawn shop, and I had oysters so big you could feed them mice.
Oh, damn.
Fish that
I
ate
had a
mice.
pacu. Yeah, I had a pacu that wouldn't fit in a 5-gallon bucket. It was so big.
I don't know what that is.
But it looks like a piranha. They're from South America, and you can feed them. They eat fruit like bananas and grapes and shit like that.
Yeah, my buddy, he had himself one of these fish that looked like kind of piranha, but it had a parrot beak on it. It would bite shit in half.
That was a red devil.
That thing was, and it was like this big.
Yeah, they're yellow, but when they're little, they're black because they get eaten.
Chad had it.
Have you
I've
ever
raised
seen anybody
paradise.
do them monitor
I've raised every kind of fish.
What's that?
I've raised every kind of fish there is.
No, the other guy. What did he say?
Have you ever seen anybody do them monitor lizards?
Yeah, I don't
They
like
used
them.
to back in the 90s. They used to grow and fight the monitor lizards all over.
Oh, really?
Like
Them things are
cockfights?
pretty
We
good.
got cockfights here. We're 85% Hispanic in this town, though.
I had a buddy who had a great big monitor, and he was going on vacation, so he bought a rat and threw in there. When he came back, the rat had got on top of the monitor and ate his brain out. It was dead.
Whoa!
Oh,
Damn.
Rats are vicious, dude.
Yeah, they are, especially if you're just trying to kill them. When you feed stuff, you should have another tank to feed them in. That way, when you reach in your tank, they're not going to bite you because you're not feeding them in the same tank,
exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
the other
it's
day,
at least
there was
the
a
same.
5.5-foot bull snake down here, and I caught it.
I got a pantaconda.
Yeah, he does.
Well, so much blackberries, I got enough to put the top, baby. It's 90 degrees here, so it's humid as shit. Look, there ain't no wind. Look, there ain't nothing moving.
Chemtrails.
I'm doing chemtrails in my house.
Mm.
Yeah, they had, there's like 3 or 4 in the sky when I came out here. My first video, if you go back to the very beginning, is of them spraying a complete circle above my house.
Good thing. This week. Right on. Man, when we was kids, we used to. I lived 17 miles out in the country, and me and my brothers, we used to sleep outside in the front yard. And we specifically remember a couple times watching the satellites go by in the sky, and then like a couple of them stopping and going like zipper, like, and then taking off. We've seen that a couple times.
Well, they're probably drones because satellites are on a balloon.
Not in 1980, they weren't.
It all depends on where you get your documentation from, and people never tell their source. A lot of people don't tell their source, and you go look at their source, and it's supposed to be, it's not even real. But they tell you it's not real when they're putting it out there.
Yeah, my town's only 40,000 people, and I was way out in the country, and I guarantee it wasn't a drone at 1983.
Oh, well.
It
I
was
just
Star
don't
Wars.
believe it. No, I don't think anything.
But I mean, I don't believe in little green things either. But I believe that we have machines that fly that we don't know about.
No seals.
You know, that's why I tell everybody: if we have an alien invasion, don't believe it's aliens until it's one of the green slimy bastards standing in front of you. Because if you never see one, it's just our people if they're shooting at you.
Well, in the Bible, it talks about creatures from above, and they're not from Mars or Venus.
And they're not from Venus. What?
Yeah, I just don't believe planets are just luminaries or the light.
Right.
You know, they even talk about stars, angels in the Bible.
This is the thing that the Globers and the scientists always say is, you're not taking into perspective how big the Earth is. I go, okay, yes, I do know how big the Earth is, but you just said that we're floating around in the vast emptiness of space around these other big planets, so we're a minute sand pebble, not big at all, and you're telling me we don't feel a bump or a jostle from solar thermals?
We're the center of the universe. That's the way God made it. We're the center of everything. You know, we're special. Everything else is garbage.
Yep.
Yeah, we're very special.
They want us to think that we're just, random. We're not. It's all about creation. Everything they do is to try to prove that God doesn't exist. That's the whole agenda.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a lot of them, evil motherfuckers that ain't got no soul, they don't like us because they ain't got a chance to live forever because they ain't got a soul. They start making all these clones and transmuting shit. Well, guess what? They don't have a soul if they're not made from God. So they don't care. They hate us.
You ever notice that the nastiest people you know?
I find there's a meteorite. Look, I've got like 30 of them. I gave away probably 20. And when I first moved on this side of town, and one of my buddies grew up here, he asked me if I'd found any yet, because he said, he grew up in this neighborhood. He said there's a bunch of them. And if you look online, they want like millions of dollars for some of them big ones. They're like, that's how dumb it is.
Yeah, you find one like this big, like that big, that's like $3,000 or $4,000.
I got one that I've got. There's one just like it on the internet, and it says it's like $700,000. And I just laugh because whatever they say it's worth, go try to sell it for that. They don't show you the proof.
You got to make sure it sticks to a magnet too, though.
Oh, that's the first thing I do.
Make sure it's not petrified wood.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. These guys magnet on and watch. Whoosh.
Just wah.
It's gonna stick. Ah!
Yeah, I don't ever buy worms. Last year, back on top of the hill, somebody was dumping a bunch of old mulch. And I'm serious, there was these night crawlers up there that were like the biggest ones I've ever seen, but they're not from here. They're not natural from here. There was something on the news about something. I don't know how they got here. Just like you're not supposed to put bait back to the lake, because most of it's not from the area you're fishing.
They're from out of this world, huh?
My grandpa used to spray WD-40 on the fucking bait before we threw it in.
Oh,
that's so polluting to the water.
Oh, it's so bad. It gets so bad. It gets all oily on the top and color.
Well, if you keep the night crawlers in the freezer right before you go, then when you throw them in the water, the temperature difference makes them wiggle like some big, get their attention more.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't really fish for anything that ate worms. I had a guide service for salmon and steelhead, but not like.
See, all I use is live bait. That's all I've ever used. And
I watched it. It's illegal as fuck.
Every fish I've ever caught has crawdads in their belly when I clean them.
Yeah, see, like over here, live bait's illegal as hell.
Why?
We all use it.
It's illegal. I don't know. In Washington State, like a live bait is not a kosher, dude. And the game wardens are the strongest law enforcement entity there is. They don't even need a warrant to go into your house, dude.
Yeah,
they got more power than anybody.
Yep.
If you have too many people and not enough licenses, too many fish caught, I mean, they'll get on your shit. $300.
Here in Washington, you can only have one pole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell! Here they say, if they said if I climb the fence, somebody's getting a ticket. I knew a guy was out of a place called Pickerel Creek, and it used to be a Native American camp there, and he was looking for arrowheads, and the whatever it is, they game warden rolled up on him, and he had shit in his pocket, went to prison. By the game warden caught him.
That's man.
I'm like, what are you doing with that shit in your pocket? I'm looking for arrowheads. You're an idiot. You deserve
Oh my god! It sound like the guy. You sound like the guys I talk to. I know they're like, I don't know why I got in jail. I was driving my friend's car, and no, I ain't got a license suspended, but he had no right to pull me over. The headlight was out, the tail light was out, the car was stolen.
Yeah, I had a guy pick me up to go get me a bag of weed last year, and I go, nice, an excursion. I go, wow, cool. Where'd you get this? He goes, it's stolen. I said, stop. I got out.
Yeah, this guy's like, but I got arrested for the dope in my pocket, and I'm like, and he goes, oh, and I didn't have my license, and the car was stolen. And I go, you're right where you need to be, bud. You're exactly in the right spot.
There's that one song called "Dust in the Baggie." The guy said he went to prison for dust in a baggie.
Yeah, Billy Strings is awesome. We just listened to that the other night.
Yeah, we did. It was hilarious.
It looks different now,
People
don't
are
it?
so clueless, huh?
I know they are.
Damn, it's like, dude, you ain't got no license. You shouldn't be driving in the first place, but then let alone have dope in your pocket when it should be in the trunk anyways.
I'll pull over and check all my lights and everything. Every time
I'll keep something like this. This is good for cleaning arrowheads. You know what I mean?
What's that, a
worry
gold
about
pen?
breaking in. It's a plastic, you know.
Oh, I thought it was a gold pen. I can't even see the chat. Probably look at that. I never do. I always forget whoever's there. What happened to bolt gun? I thought he was gonna come up.
I don't know what happened.
I can't even see it.
The only reason I came was get Blackberry.
Mm.
I haven't even ate nothing yet today.
Actually, these are both.
This place is full of thorns. Let's look at this. They've been dumping shit here for a long time. Look at this big pile of crap. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that shit. See all this stuff. Look at it. Somebody up there, look. Somebody's up dumping shit right now.
I break again.
That's like yesterday. I was in the woods. These guys were playing paintball, and I was stalking them. They didn't even know it. I was throwing shit at them.
I don't know. Wow.
And you know it's not the city. It's Sunday. They ain't working. Back in the day when you live in the woods, they dump shit out and we find their mail. We go right back to their house and say, look, come and clean it up, or you're going to jail. That's a walnut tree. Look how big that was.
Dude, I lived on an orchard of walnut trees. Chop that fucker down.
Well, I like you. You know, there's a lot of money. Look how straight it is. Look at that run. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
Dude, I had to mow in between them and pick them things up, turn my hands black for a year. Fucking hate them things, man.
Hey, well, what we do, we go out and I had an old 52 Ford truck, and we park underneath it and because walnuts are $15 a 100 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's why we were selling them, because my dad made money on them. We had to go pick them up off the ground by hand. Fucking turn our hands black as fuck.
Yeah, but if you wear gloves, they don't get black.
Oh, that juice goes right through the leather. But yeah, fuck, we didn't. After a while, you just get sick of it. You know, you're a kid, dumbass kid. You're like, fuck these gloves.
We would go in the morning and pick for like an hour and a half and get enough money to go eat pizza buffet. I used to go get plasma just to buy a bag of weed.
Oh yeah, I used to be a phlebotomist at a plasma center, Biomat. I used to stick you with them 17 gauge needles.
Sounds that dirty, buddy.
Sit there and pump that thing.
Yeah, I fucking.
I always got more money than everybody else. I got RH negative blood.
Oh no. I do too.
Yep.
I had a guy of mine die on the table. He had an aneurysm in his brain while he was doing it and die, man. Fucking right there.
Really?
Yeah. Straight up. It's fucked up.
It's a lot better right here. See, all they do is come up here and dump. You know how they do. That's why you find all that shit out in the country, because people just pull up anywhere and dump out their shit in the woods. Used to. Woo!
Temperature lights over there. Kathy.
They sprayed over there, but we got a lot of clay here. There ain't a lot.
Oh my God, dude! That girl that you said that Hoover, you said, "Oh, you suck," and she didn't get your joke. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That's been your name this long, and you didn't get that joke." She was all butthurt. She took off after that though. That goes stupid.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't understand what you're saying. Like, Hoover, you suck. I knew what you were saying right away. Like, oh, that's a vacuum cleaner and this that. She was like, got all
Well, she
offended.
said something about S people with S names or something. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it right back to you. You know, don't get on the porch if you can't run with the dogs.
That's fucking right.
That was so stupid.
I tell people, you don't want to do the wordplay thing. You'll be in the corner in the fetal position asking, where's your mom at?
Rocking back and forth, buddy. Rocking back and forth.
It's like I told her, I was like, fucking, your name's been Hoover this whole time, and you just now get told you suck. I say that she sucks the fun out of the room every time she comes in the chat. I didn't see her come in before you said it though. That was why I was laughing. I turned to her and I go, he's talking shit.
Hey, I got a phone
She-
call,
Oh, good.
so I'll be right back.
I like that.
That was funny.
Some people can't take a joke, right? Seriously.
Joke them if they can't take a fuck. That's what I always say.
Well, if you can't take a joke, take a taxi, cocksucker.
Yep. That's exactly it. Or, wait. Don't sweat. No. What does it say?
No sweat, my pet.
No. Yeah. No sweat, my pet. Did I do that? You got some cheese?
Did I do
You know what I'm
that?
saying?
That's my daughter. My daughter has a place that she lives up by Kansas City, and they have a fifth wheel pop out thing. They park at the lake and go have a big 35-foot boat down there and sit. Said she's driving by on the way back, and I said, I'm right over here. She's going to drive over here and wave.
Oh yeah, quit sweating the
What's
small
driving?
stuff, you awful jackass. That was this is says on my Facebook page. That's my quote.
Everybody takes everything personal, so what's wrong now? Everybody gets butt hurt no matter what you say, even if it ain't about it.
Dude, so bad, so bad. That's why I pick my friends. If you could take a joke from me, then you could be cool, man. Because most people are like, "Oh, fuck, what'd you say?" I'm like, "It's just joking with you, man." You're like, "Oh,
When my daughter was transgender, you're making fun of people and you hate me. What the?
Yeah.
First of all, if you were letting your kids change sexes, fuck you anyway.
People
Yeah.
are so
I don't
Yeah, some
care.
people
When
can't
it comes to
some
that
people
shit
can't-
anymore, I've been quiet for a long time, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
What's going
me
to change?
too.
Nothing.
Some
You're gonna
people
go to
can't
jail
tell the
for it.
difference. Some people can't tell the difference between a water slide and a roof.
Yeah,
I know. And you know, if you go along, you know, kids that young don't know what they want.
Nah.
You can't be enabling them, you know, because usually there's some other kid telling them that shit anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's what happened with mine. I have one older one that's really clear-headed, and then my younger one, she just listened to all the ex-families and shit, and got all of them against me. And she had a case of the jealousies because I got married to another chick, and then my youngest daughter was really flipped out about that, and then it's just been downhill. Did we lose everybody?
Oh, Sasquatch dropped his phone. Look.
Oh.
What?
It's not dropped.
Oh.
There he
There
is.
it is.
All the gates are locked. I'm like, I'm not in this fucking fairgrounds. There's nobody there. I mean, why would I be inside the gate?
You wanted to go see pigeon?
Here's a zoo, look. Waterfall.
Yeah.
Hey, look, these are old street signs from back in the day. They're concrete, look.
Later. Yep. Yep.
A lot of homeless people hang out here. See, look, there's one shoe. You always see one shoe only.
Always that one shoe.
Always. Look down there. See that? Look. Those people must went to jail because there's a sleeping bag. There's another. I got 2 backpacks right there a month ago full of shit.
Murder scene,
There's
right?
a coat sitting there. There's a coat, sleeping bag, a duffel bag, a tent. Right there. And it's been there for a month. Over a month, 2 months probably. There they are.
You gotta
They
take
got one
the
of them big ass
tent.
fancy stucky rig. Say hi.
Yeah, I left my keys.
Hi.
I'm just picking up my bag.
Feels good there.
Oh,
Ooh. Yeah. Where'd you get black? There's blackberries already. But they're deer must got them last night. Oh, they're dying already. Ten maybe.
I will.
Wait.
Yes, I do.
No, not the blackberries. They're early. They're not. Bye. You do any fishing?
careful now.
I might be.
No.
Get home when you get come next. Hopefully, I'll have a truck going. I can drive down there. What's up? Hi. Still Carter?
I love you.
He's my only grandson. I know.
What's up, Spawn?
Campsite. Good play. What's that? Cornhole? You playing cornhole?
Yeah.
Cornhole, Leo. What are you doing, Kate? That's one thing my family always makes good looking kids.
Yeah.
No. You know what?
Yeah, cute grandchildren, man.
I
had
punched
them,
the
they
dude
lost
one
them in the
time.
store.
He said my daughter looked like me. I really did. He said, your daughter looks just like you, and I socked him right in the mouth. Dude, I'm ugly. She's hella beautiful.
Oh, she's outside when I have to. He just goes back around to Hillcrest. He's probably good, that'd be stupid. Well, you can go down, turn left, comes out. Got the old ball. Right down there. No, it's right there. My daughter said, "Do you think I'm ugly because I look like you?"
No way. You don't look nothing like your dad. Trust me.
Yeah, you don't look nothing like me.
Like
They
I
both
said,
work for
somebody
Hyundai.
told me my daughter looked like me one time, and I slapped him real bad. Well, I punched him right in the mouth. He goes, "Your daughter looks just like."
My daughter would hit back.
No, this guy. He said, "Your daughter looks just like you," and I punched him right in the lip. And I said, "Don't say that. My daughter's beautiful, man. I'm ugly as fuck."
They're good people. They work for a living, both of them. You know?
Yeah, nice. I did that too.
Hey, today they had protest here. They had a protest because the state of Missouri took the $300 COVID thing off unemployment, so people will go back to work, and they're all mad about it.
You can't even go to Town Square in California without it.
Really?
Yep, the whole Town Square. You can't go nowhere in Town Square in LA, nowhere without it.
If they're lucky, they'll just have an earthquake, and that shit'll fall off in the ocean. We'll be a lot better off.
Yep. They're trying to push that, man. Every time I turn on YouTube now, I get the commercial for Vaccinate Washington.
Bye.
Every single
Love
time.
you. I'll see you next weekend, okay? Bye.
Peace.
Be good.
Peace.
Right.
See you guys. See you, Ryan. Bye. Thanks. Love you too.
That's a good name.
I could, they live in a big old fancy house and got all the,
Adorable
they got
grandchildren.
they got the doorbell. They got the doorbell. You can look at your phone and talk to people, and they got Alexa in every room.
I got that shit on my shit too.
But I could go up there and live with them right now and have it made. Like, I mean, they live right by Arrowhead Stadium. They go to hockey games. They eat good, but I just can't do that to them.
Yeah.
They try to get me to all the time. But
Yeah,
I'm going down to I'm going to the lake next weekend though. You know what I mean? That'll be fun.
It sounded like your son-in-law had a good name though, from what I heard.
Ryan, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, it's 11 right now.
He's a good dude, man. He's a hard working.
Huh?
He's a service manager at Hyundai, and she works at. Well, he got promoted. He got promoted and had to go to a different car lot. He works at the one he started at. She's like does data entry or something. They make about 160 grand a year together.
Nice. I was making that every
Well,
year out there.
Well,
Fucking
that
nuclear.
thing they're driving, that fucking GMC or whatever, it's like $95,000. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah, dude. Those new trucks are hell expensive, man.
Well, he just sold his truck. He had like a 2017 big old Dodge Hemi thing, and he put a lift kit on it. And look, there's a good feather. He put a lift kit on it, and vehicles are really expensive right now. And
Hell yeah.
he put it on Craigslist or something. He got $7,000 more than he paid for it.
Damn.
He didn't really want to sell it, but shit, they got a brand new. They got another little car he drives to work too. But that thing there, though, you know, it's a gas cover. So you have to pull a boat with it. You know?
Yeah, so they got a purpose for it though. That's the thing. I hate it when people have those. They don't have a purpose for them at all. No.
Yeah. Plus, they got 3 kids, and they, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's my daughter. That's the one I'm closest to, and got her head on straight.
That's good, Dad.
She don't smoke or drink. I think might drink. They don't smoke pot.
Yeah. Okay.
He don't do nothing either. He's kind of like he's been there, done that, like when he's young, like we did.
You ever yell at the dogs?
Yeah.
That's why they moved to Kansas City. He had to get away from all his friends. You know what I mean? It's the only way to get off at anything. You got to get away from the people you hung out with.
Yep. That's
They don't care.
That's the thing I tell everybody. You got to change your whole environment, or you'll fall right back.
Hey, my son, every time he went to prison, he finds God, reads the Bible, then he gets out, right back to being a fucking wannabe thug. So he's around all the people he grew up with.
Yeah. I've never had a problem quitting anything, but I also don't go and see very many people.
Well, yeah.
Nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
Well, if usually if you try something and you learn real quick that it's not something you want to do for a long time anyway, because you see all the people that do, and you don't want to be like them.
I told someone the other day. I go that people that do heroin, they're just trying to kill themselves. He goes, why do you say that? I go, well, they're just too pussy to pull a trigger, because I ain't never met anybody that's done heroin that said, man, I'm gonna live a long, prosperous life doing this.
Right.
I've never even seen it.
Yeah, they're just
I've
waiting
never
for
seen it, and I don't know anybody that does it. Never have.
anybody doing heroin. They're just waiting to go to sleep forever. They're just too scared to pull a trigger, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I knew a guy that he did construction. He said the heroin addicts were the best workers. Like him. I got ice cream down the road.
Well, that's like
He hired heroin addicts because he said they would come to work every day because they knew if they didn't work, they couldn't get their fix.
There's a giant misconception about that too, because you know those fuckers you see on the street that can't stand still, or they're tweaking out, they're like moving their arms and shit. Those are heroin junkies that do speedballs. That's not meth heads. That's a guy that does heroin and meth at the same time, or heroin and coke at the same time. That's who does all that flipping and flopping and shit. That's not just a regular old meth head.
Well, people that are out of their head do that too, though.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I know. I'm talking about drug people though, not like people with problems.
People that don't do meth talk about meth more than people that do.
That's true.
It is.
True.
I never heard anybody talking about meth in a positive light.
No, I just don't stick needles in my arms. I don't know who listens to gins no more, and I don't buy drugs except for weed. So whatever comes around, I'm not prejudiced. I party.
Well, I'm older than you. Back in the day, people that used needles were pretty scumbag, nasty people.
All my friends die. All my friends use that shit. I just don't, because I've made a decision in myself that that's as high as you can get, man. You do that, you can't get no higher. So that's like no one ever leaves nothing for chance, man. Nothing.
Yeah. You know, all you have to do
Yeah,
is just look at the people that do it and look at their life. They've lost everything, their family, everything they own.
Shit, I lost everything twice from marriage, not a drug. Fuck.
Yeah, well, I know. But people that their priorities change when they think they got to get high, they'll sell their soul pretty much.
Yeah. That's why I'd say, though, that crackheads are still worse than meth heads because a meth head will plan a week. A crackhead's got to get high right now or he's crashing, so he'll kill you. So.
Yeah, I used to tell people crackheads aren't skinny from doing crack. They're skinny from running back and forth to the pawn shop.
Yeah. Yep. See, a meth head will sit there and plan it out for a week with you how he's going to rob you. Because he's going to be up for 12 days or whatever it is. You know?
Then he'll rob you and help you look for it when he's done.
Yeah, that's the guy that took it every time.
They'll have it in their pocket, walking there and helping you look for it.
That's what I tell some man. That's when you learn in psychology classes that when you go up to someone and you say, "Did you do it?" and they go, "No, man, I didn't do that shit." And you go up to another guy and you go, "Did you do it?" and they go, "No, man, I didn't do that shit." And then that guy comes up to you again an hour later and goes, "You know, I was with you, right? I didn't do it." You know, it was the other dude. He's the dude that did it every time because he's trying to clear his conscience to make sure that you think that he's. The other guy went about his business and forgot about it because his conscience was clear, free mind is out of there.
Yeah.
He's not even thinking about it anymore because he didn't do it.
I couldn't hang around people that lose shit all the time because if they can't find it, they sit there and look at you like you took it. And I never liked that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yep. I don't like that shit either. But you know, but I don't know about that when you're the one being accused of it or whatever. But like as a person, when you're looking to find out who stole your shit, it's always the guy that'll come back and say something about it because the guy that didn't do it, he's already got his conscience cleared. He's already forgot about it and went about his life. He's not gonna fucking come and ask you if you still remember it. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
So
well, I never let anybody in my house because if something came up missing, I didn't want to think any of my friends did it, and you wouldn't know which one did. So I didn't want them evil thoughts about it. And you know, people like that lose shit and then blame everybody. When they find it, they don't call you and tell you they found it.
Nope, they don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I told people, I'm like, look, I mean, you're cool, but I can't hang around you. You're too fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, people can't handle the truth. But when you tell them that, they may be mad, but they know that I'm telling the truth. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but I've been with people, I go, you can tell everybody whatever you want, but look me in the eyes. You know what the fuck happened, motherfucker.
You know, everybody can do
You can't lie to yourself, you know what I mean? You know what happened.
Yeah, here's how you know who's a truthful person and who's not. When you walk into a room and whatever your gut initially tells you, that's 90% correct. Every time. If you sit there and ponder on it or think about it a little bit, it'll be gone. But that initial one...
That's like that image chick in Tony's chat the other night. I left right off the bat because I could tell she's a Fruit Loop, and it took Tony an hour to figure that out. I was like, come on, dude. It didn't take me but a few seconds.
Shit. Dude, I came into that shit when they were yelling up on the thing.
Hey, first thing I did, I went to her YouTube channel, and her video, the last one she did, it was a white screen and her yelling at YouTube for a minute and a half.
Yeah. Kylie came in the same time I did, and she was like, that bitch doesn't know to shut the fuck up and just listen. She deserves She was
dumb as a rock. She was dumb as a rock, too.
Yeah. That's how you know she was really wrong, because even Kylie was like, no.
Hey, I don't care what happened. If somebody starts telling me the first day I meet them how they got sexually abused by someone in their family, I'm not hanging out with them ever again. It has nothing to do with anything except I don't have to suffer because your parents, you know, and then they say that if you do that shit happen and you still hang out with them, you're fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it.
Yep.
And that's not being mean. That's just being real, and people don't want to hear it. That's all that is.
Here's another key factor to finding out when just some of the things I learned from being a minor in psychology is that when you walk into a room, if you're telling somebody about something and they have one story better than yours all the time, they're a liar.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Just so you know. It's called the one-up syndrome. They're a habitual liar for being one-up. They always.
The hardest thing for me is that somebody on here, you know, sit there and like Matt streamed that time that Voynich was up there just sitting there slamming me in every way but solution. Not one motherfucker said one word to take up for me. Anybody. So.
Yeah, that's the story of my life, man. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, guess what? You know, there are a lot of people that, you know, they may come here and stuff, but it's hard. I mean, I just still can't hang out with people like that because I took up for code how many times with Tony, and now look.
Oh, it only took me hearing him pointing out in that clip that he said, if you go over to Tony's, don't bother coming back. And I was like, oh, Fuck, that's easy. Done sub.
And you know what? I don't see how people worship him anyway, because I'm not out. I shouldn't talk, but he's leading people astray. He's leading people astray because he doesn't have a job, and you know, if you listen to him, and I don't forget nothing. It's probably my problem. I don't forget. And he said too many red flags.
His views have nothing to do with my decision. The fact that he said, if you go over to Tony's, don't bother coming back. I was like, dude, the last person that told me that was one of my best friends, and I haven't talked to him again in 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't fucking have friends.
I just don't like to see people getting deceived. I don't like to see people getting deceived.
Yeah, I just don't have people tell me who I can and can't hang out with. That's not. I don't play that game.
Well, that's you.
Oh no! I mean,
somebody is my enemy, and then you know, if you lay with dogs, you get fleas. I don't want fleas.
No, I hear you, but I'm talking like, you know, I'm not talking like something like that, like dramatic, like fucking. I'd totally be on your side if something dramatic like that happened, dude. Like I'm on that, but just like with him and taking my donations just like yours, and then telling people to fucking not come back if you go over there. I'm not playing that, dude. I'm not playing that game.
Had income for 10 years, and I gave him probably $60 out of money I could have used for food. You know what I mean? Because he's poor, and you know. And then also Heather, you know, she said I was stalking her, and went and robbed her pictures off of Facebook, which she sent me.
See, you're cutting out pretty bad, so that's watch out.
And the way I look like it, you know, I'm probably not the one. I ain't on here to make friends. You don't have to make friends. It happens, but you don't have to do anything, you know what I mean? At my age, I just can't tolerate much ignorance.
No, I hear you, man.
And you know, there's probably somebody on here right now that probably is mad right now. And I don't care.
Well, I mean, shit. How many
I started talking in my mind, I've lost like 60 subscribers. Guess what? Woo! Don't care.
Yeah. It don't bother me,
You know, people used to say, well, I'm going to tell all my friends too. I'm like, oh, I hope you do, because I don't want your fucking friends here either.
That's like if they did the new song I wrote. I go, fuck you and your kin.
Yeah. I like that one. I always played Whiskey Shivers, fuck you, and the horse you rode in on.
Yep. That's a good one, too.
Oh, that's the funniest song. It's like a bad Santa, you know, Billy Bob. It's like, you think you can fuck my life up any worse than it is? Go for it.
Right.
I mean, look, you know, does it look like I'm trying to impress anybody? If I was, I sure the fuck wouldn't show this shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I thought about that with my coins. I thought about starting a new channel for my coins and just never showing my face, man. Like that way I can get people to buy it because everybody's so fucking judgy and fucking clicky.
There you go, there's a penny.
They're just so judgy and clicky, man. I've had people buy from me and then get told when they leave never to buy from my channel again, or they weren't gonna buy anything anytime anywhere. It's like, man, that's fucking bullshit, man.
In my truck. I never even stayed in a hotel or anything like that. I mean, I lived in a house the whole life. Being here, it took me a while to get used to it, but I got put here for a reason, I think, and I've helped a lot of people out the last 3.5 years.
Well, you can either like do like that, or you can do like me and you've already done our whole lives, fucking work our asses off. I'm just done working my ass off. I don't care about the money.
Yeah, I've already had every toy, every car. I mean, nothing really thrilled. I'm not materialistic anymore because I've already had it and it didn't make me no more happy. You know?
Right. No, I feel you. I'm the same way, man. I had all that, did that, done that, dude. I don't really care to have that anymore. Like,
plus all that shit I had was with the person that made me. You know, I don't want all the memories. Every time I look at something that I had when I was married, I don't want to remember any of that shit.
No. Like,
and all my kids, I had a giant barn full of shit, and I didn't want any of it. So I just let it all go. Everything I owned went to I had in storages I let go, and everything else I threw in the dumpster.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of antique glass and depression glass one time. I had a garage sale, and people kept trying to just offer me pennies on the dollar. I just took it all and threw it in a 55-gallon drum, broke it all, and threw it away.
You're like, well,
because I don't care about materialistic things anymore. You know?
yeah, me neither,
Yeah,
man.
the same way. Same here.
I used to though, man. Like I said, I used to have all that, the toys, the boats, the BMWs and shit. And all that ever brought out was guys trying to steal my shit, fuck my wife, get money out of me, and go places on me, and just get free shit.
Hey, this guy here, you wonder, they call it profiling, but look, this guy here, see that nice car? Why do you think he's here? Only one reason.
Looking for dope.
Yeah, it's so obvious too, because I'm up here on the 3rd floor. I watch him pull in, get in the car, hand him the money and shit, get out. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there for a minute, for a few minutes, you know.
I mean, look at the cars, and then, you know, Mercedes pulls in with 20s on it, something. They're not here to fucking pick up anybody.
Nope.
But yeah, that materialistic stuff, that shit weighs you down, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, my boat cost
Crazy.
$1,000 to fill it up. I did it every weekend in the summer.
And, you know, that shows you what state of mind you were in then, you know. Like, what if you just did it, save that money from a month? You know, 1 month of it all.
Dude, my biggest 1 week paycheck, it fell on a Labor Day, so that was triple time. And I had an overtime weekend fall in the same pay period, and I took home $6,800. The paycheck was $8,800 for 1 week.
I've made that much in one day, just hustling gold and shit.
Oh, that's
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I had a friend that gave me a cocktail ring and said he'd take $1,500, and I sold it for like $5,500. I mean, I made $4,000 in one in 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
See, there's a guy
That's what I do.
parked back there. Look, parked back there, and he's going up. Look, which room will he go to?
Yeah, that's like me now. I just flip coins, find coins that people don't know what they have, and I buy them and I sell them for more. That's what I do.
See, look, here he goes. Boom. The door. See that he didn't even knock. The door was already cracked open, so he didn't have to knock, so nobody would hear him knocking.
Keep on.
Yeah, I used to work. I worked at police video. You know, criminals would make the best police because you can't lie to them. You can't bullshit them. You know.
Yep.
Look at this Camaro. They got pink wheels, pink stripes. Look.
That's why a lot of police are criminals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The only reason they make all the laws is because you're taking money out of their pocket. They're the only ones that can rob us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trust me. That's why I wanted to be a cop, was to take these drugs for free.
I know a guy who worked at UPS, and he got a police dog, and he'd go by his house on the way when he picked up all his packages and go through there and take all the drugs out of his truck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Smart motherfucker.
But he got in big trouble. He started. I went to church with him my whole life, and he started selling cocaine and shit. And he would use UPS's money from people, you know. And he wouldn't have to turn it in till Monday. And then once something happened, he couldn't turn the money in, and the FBI and all them came to his house. They took everything he owned. I mean, every single thing, his boat, his cars. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I'm tired of boring you guys and no Blackberry. I'll see you somewhere tonight in the flip side.
All right.
I'm gonna be doing coins in a little
I'll see you
bit,
later.
so.
Bye. See ya, bye.
Take care, Dakota.